explore Fuego tonight. Zipline to start it off. I'm a big fan of Xcaret Parks in Mexico, and Xplor is known as one of the more extreme ones, while Fuego is their night offering from 5:30 to 11 p.m. every night. There are 7 different adventures here that most people won't get through in an entire night. To get started, since this area of Mexico is pancake flat and people love to zipline, these parks will build towers out of the jungle. In the distance, you will see the new, largest water slide in Mexico, a 5-part tube ride that takes a minute and a half to go down. You're not allowed to video inside, unfortunately, so you'll have to find something online. The rope bridges and towers are a nice bonus, and I'd recommend doing the zip lines before it gets too dark. As you can see, the lines get higher and longer as you go on. I visited the park early in November on a weekday, so the lines were never too much of an issue, although it still seemed pretty busy. I've heard that some Xcaret parks get very busy certain times of the year. The last zip line will finish in water, which I've never done before, and it was pretty cool. As you look for your next adventure, it is extremely well marked with signs that share closing times of rides as well as wait lengths. The majority of trails are underground in caves, so it's hard to tell where you're at, but they do have lockers and what they call the heart in the center of everything. I decided to do all the water activities in a row while I was wet. I started with the river swim, where you can choose a 25-minute or a 10-minute path, and the 25-minute is no joke. This is probably the darkest and coldest activity. Adventure number 3. The next underwater adventure is a long walk through the water in caves they call Underground Adventure. This one is much easier to get through with more lights, and you spend so much time in the caves that you start to get pretty used to it, but there are still some standout areas. Another one that's not very crowded. I was shocked how long all the adventures took and quickly realized I don't think I'll be repeating any of them. As you exit the Riverwalk, it goes right into the rafting, which is another similar activity, but it allows you to stay a little bit warmer. Dinner stays open until 10:30, which is later than some of the rides, so I wanted to try and do most of them first. There is a beverage and snack station, as well as a large buffet cafeteria that had pretty solid food. The ATVs were a little bit longer of a wait because of the length of the course, which I didn't realize until after that it was a 5-kilometer long track that goes through the entire park. I was a little skeptical of how exciting it might be at first, but this ended up being one of my favorite activities with bumpy roads, a good variety of jungle, caves, bridges, and water that you drive through. Pretty much let you roam free, and I probably drove faster than I was supposed to, but it still took me almost 25 minutes to finish the entire course. The last 2 adventures are the Waterslide, which makes you go in a group of 4, so I had to wait a little bit for that one, and the last one is a Hammock Splash, which is essentially a zipline in the hammock into water, which was still pretty fun, but designed to be less scary than the regular zipline for those afraid of heights. Tickets start at $117 for the day, which I thought was a great value. Overall, I thought Explore Fuego was super fun, unique, well organized, and I'd rate this activity as a 9 out of 10, but I'm curious if I'd like it even more during the day.